Welcome to day 7 of the 12 Days of Command, where I'll be introducing you to the Campaigns applet. This is where you can run your lead generation through Command, primarily through paid social media ads, but also you can use it to schedule posts to your Facebook or Instagram business page, and you can also create email campaigns to send out to your database. So let's head into the Campaigns applet, which is the megaphone icon on the left-hand side toolbar. Again, if you click on the KW at the top, it does expand the menu so you can see what each one means, but we're going to go into Campaigns. So this is our Campaigns dashboard. On this page, you will be able to track the progress of your campaigns, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But along the top, you'll see some different tabs, which are the different types of campaigns that we can create. So the first one is paid ads, which are social media ads. So think Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. And those are those sponsored posts that you'll see popping up in your newsfeed. And so that allows you to reach people that aren't already following your pages. Next, we have emails, which allow you to pre-schedule a one-off email to go out to a list of people. You can create your own email list as well. And these differ from Smart Plans a little bit, where they're just singular emails and not a series of steps. So these are great for newsletters. If you send out a monthly update, you can pre-schedule them and have them sent out to your list. Then we have direct mail, which we do not have access to here in Canada, so you'll never use this tab, and we're going to skip right over it. And the last tab is social posts, which, different from the paid ads, these are just posts that you can put on your social media pages. So exact same as if you were to go directly on Facebook and make a post on your business page, you can actually use Command to pre-schedule those posts and plan them out ahead of time. So we're going to be taking a look at emails and social posts today, and then tomorrow we'll dive into paid ads. You'll see down here we can track the performance on our campaigns, so how much you've spent on your campaigns, how many leads you've gotten, what types of campaigns you've run, so it'll show you how many Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, email, and then this would be the direct mail. And then your engagement, which is just tracking the likes, comments, and shares on either your Facebook or Instagram posts. Then we have lead to goal, which is tracking how many leads you've gotten against the goals that you set in Command. And if you watched my training the other day, we went over how to set your goals, and I'll be doing a video on this later on in the series as well. Then here you can see your connected accounts. Right now I just have Facebook and my email account connected. And so you'll want to make sure that all of the accounts you want to post to are connected in your settings. So go back and watch day 1's video if you're not familiar with that process, as I did discuss that a bit more. We are now going to head into our emails section. So like I said earlier, an email campaign is a singular email that you're sending out to a list of people. So this is different from Smart Plans, where Smart Plans will have sort of a series of steps. Maybe it's an email and then a text message and another email, or it's just multiple emails with delays in between. An email campaign is different because you're only sending the singular email. The main use for these are newsletters or announcing a new listing, things like that that don't require any follow-up. You can create an email campaign for that. But it is important to note, in order to use the email campaigns, you have to have designed the template in Designs. We did talk about that on day 4. So let's create an email campaign by clicking Create Campaign, and I'm going to choose email right here. You have to give it a name, so this might be Promote My App. And maybe our goal is brand awareness or to attract buyers. And then we'll click Create Campaign. Then the setup is pretty simple. Your campaign name is here, we already chose that. And the account, we already chose that as well. Then we have recipient lists, and this is where you choose who the email campaign is going to be sent to. And you can create your own lists of contacts for these. So if I click Create List, it's going to open up my contacts, and I can start searching for names here of who I want to have on this email list. And the nice thing is, once you have created this email list, it's saved there. We have to name the list, and then we can use it every time we need to send an email campaign. So think of the different groups of people you may ever want to send an email to. Maybe it's your buyers or your sellers. And then just make sure you're keeping it up to date as those lists change. Beside the search for contacts, you can also select tags. So if it was, maybe I want to make a list of everyone who was a 2022 buyer, I could check off that tag. It's going to give me a list of all of those people, and then it will allow me to select them. So I can select all, and we'll confirm it. So now I'm sending in that to that list. However, all of your different lists will show up here as you start creating more of them. Then you'll see who the email will be sent from. So your name and your email address should be here. If that's incorrect, again, just check your command email in your settings. You can also click this button here to direct you there. Then your subject. So what's the subject of the email going to be? You may want to get creative with the subject and make it a little more eye-catching so that people will actually open your email, but that is where you fill that in. And then lastly, the content. So like I said, you do have to use the email templates from Designs in order to send email campaigns. You can't just write an email. That would be better suited for Smart Plans. But if you do want to create one of those email templates, this is a great place to send it from. So I'm going to click Select Design. I'm going to use my Promote My App template. So it's important to note that I already went into Designs and edited this so that it is ready to go. Again, just make sure that you're scrolling through and reading the text on those email templates, just to make sure there's nothing that you need to tweak or switch around. And then you can use the widgets on the right-hand side to add additional things if you want more information in this email. But I'm going to leave this as is because I've already created it. And I'm going to click Save. And then click the X at the top. It will prompt you to save it again, just to be safe. And so now I've added that design to my email campaign. And up at the top, we have a few options. So I can save the draft, I can schedule it, and then I can send it. But one good step to take before you actually do anything with the campaign is to send it to yourself as a test. So if I click on Actions right here, you can preview or send a test email. This way I can put my email in and send the email to myself before I send it out or schedule it, just to make sure that everything comes through properly. And you'll notice sometimes when you read it in your email account from a consumer's point of view, sometimes you pick up on different typos or things that you missed. So I always recommend sending it to yourself before you send it out. But once you send it to yourself and you've checked it over, at the top you can either schedule it or send it. So scheduling is nice because if we want it to go out at a very specific day and a very specific time, this is what will allow that to happen. With Smart Plans, you can choose to schedule the Smart Plan to start on a specific day, but you can't edit the time that it actually is sent. So this is a nice extra. If you do want to be really specific about the timing that it gets sent out, you can choose that here. I can also choose to send it immediately, which will send it to the email list right away. Or if you're not ready to send it out yet and you're just working on it ahead of time, you can also save the draft right here. This will save it and you can come back and edit it later and send it out whenever you're ready. The next thing I want to show you today is the social media posts. So we're going to go to the social posts tab, and this is where you can plan out all of the content that goes out on your social media channels. So Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, again, you do need to connect them in your settings, and they do need to be business pages. But as long as you've got all of that set up, this is where you can plan out that content. So we've got the week view here. I'm seeing all of the different posts. I can see I have a Facebook and Instagram post going out this Wednesday at 2. So it really is a good visual to see what you have going on your social media. I can also change this to see it by the month. So then you'll see a monthly calendar of all of the posts you have set up. So this is a really great visual, again, if you are a planner like me and you like to see it all laid out to make sure you have something going out on a regular basis. This is a great place to do that. Down at the bottom, you'll see this section called Quick Posts. These are all pre-created posts that already have graphics, already have captions, and you can just choose to post them. So you've got leadership content up here. For the most part, you'll probably skip over this, but it is good stuff to post if you are looking to grow your profit share and attract other people to KW. These are some things about KW that you can post. Then you have video campaigns. That's that neighborhood video that I showed you a couple of days ago when we looked at designs, but you can create it from here. And then we have other social posts, which are more up your alley from the agent's point of view. And the really nice thing is these two might not be relevant for you, but you can shuffle them. So you can get some different options. This one's about mortgages, things like that. So they'll get a little bit repetitive, but there are quite a few in there that you can use. And if you want to use them, just click on the graphic and it will prompt you to create the campaign. But we're going to create our own. So we're going to click Create Campaign again, and this time we're going to choose Social Post. So up here, we're going to select the accounts we want to post to. I'm just posting this to Facebook, but any of your other Facebook accounts are going to show up here, as well as your Instagram if you've connected that. So any of those social media channels you connected in your settings will show up here for you to choose from. So if I want this to go on both, I can select those. Then we have our content, so the caption that's going on here. Then we're going to add a photo to this post, which we can do by clicking Add Media right here. It's the little photo icon. And then we have two options to browse files or browse designs. So browse files will search your computer. Browse designs will search your design library in Command. So I did create a series of graphics to put up on my social media to promote my app. So I can click Browse Designs here. And you may remember that this post was 3 graphics, but if I choose to use this template from my library, it is only going to pull the first photo. So I found it easier to actually go into designs and download those graphics to my computer just as images, and then I'm going to upload them directly into Command. So I'm not going to pull this from the template library. I am just going to go and browse files and then add the photos from my computer. So we've got our files added here now, and then over on the right hand side you can see a preview of what that looks like. So I can add a caption here, and then I'll probably also want to put my app link, which I showed you how to find yesterday. Then we have compliance, which is our ownership statement, that each office is independently owned and operated, and DBA logo is our logo, which is the one that shows up here. And so that pulls from your marketing profile. Now, I already have my logo and my ownership statement added to the graphics that I put on here, so I don't need to check these off, but if you haven't added those things to your post, you will want to add them here just for compliance purposes. And the last section is the actual posting. So we can choose to schedule this on a specific date and time, or we can publish it immediately if it's something we just want to push out right now. So if I wanted to schedule this maybe for December 21st, scroll down here, and we'll do 1 p.m. Okay. Then once I've put in that date, I just click Schedule Post here at the top right, and then that will be scheduled on my social media channels. If I'm not ready to post it yet, I can just click Save Draft, which will bring me back into my campaigns dashboard on the Social Post tab. Okay, so now I can see I have a filter here, Live and Scheduled Posts, and then Draft Posts, so that's where you'll find any drafts you've created. So that's it for campaigns for today. Tomorrow we will be continuing with campaigns, but we'll be looking at paid social media ads. So I'll show you how to create an ad for Facebook or Instagram and give you a couple ideas for things that you can do if you don't have a listing to advertise. See you then.